This is a Traxxas Easy Peak dual charger. I got this for my nephews just to make sure it's a lot easier, a lot simpler, so they don't accidentally burn down a house or something with charging. I don't have one of those Easy Pack batteries because I just got the charger by itself. I just got these other batteries, which I'm gonna do some experiments here to see how it's gonna work for charging. It's 8 amps, 100 watts. I'm not quite sure how this all goes. We'll figure out where we're going here. It's dual port, nickel metal hydrate, LiPo dual fast charge, AC input. I'm quite sure the box doesn't have too much stuff on it. There's some information in the back how stuff works. These are the battery terminals I don't have. These are for the LiPo batteries only. So I don't own any of those fancy new Traxxas batteries yet. Comes with an owner's manual, how to use it. There's a lot of little information in here, how to set the chargers for the batteries. So it does have a book to tell you how to do this stuff. I got it for $100. It says $130, but I got it for $99.99, so $100. That's what it looks like. It has a fan on the one side. It has output vents here. This here is just for looks, both sides. Another output vent. Back of it has little felt pads inside plastic. Little plastic rings. Some information on the back, not much. Just says warranty risk. There's the output. 100 watts, channel current. 1 to 4 amps, 5 to 8 amps, high output, dual. Okay. Not much there. Inside here you see those little tiny pegs. Let's see if we can get some light in there. See those little tiny silver pegs on either side of the Traxxas end in there? Right down in there. Just little tiny pins. One there, one there. That's what goes for your balance port. These little caps, people I've seen some YouTube videos, they're fighting to get them off. They barely hold on. So you might lose these, so if you're not using it, but they're just little tiny, have little keyways on the top. So only go one way, so that way they always say Traxxas upwards. 2 and 4 cell batteries, or 2 and 3 cell. Yeah, that's 2 and 3 cell. Alright, these are hard lights. They're LEDs. The switches are pretty solid. Alright. It has storage, fast charge, balance, LiPo, nickel metal hydrate, charge rate selection, stop and start, press hold to start. There's a switch here. What I understand, I read the directions. This here will do both sides. You hit the switch over and it just goes up to 8 amps. Let's see if I can get this camera focus. See, that's 8 amps, 7 amps. But only will do this side over here, bay 2. This other side will shut off. You go to there. That's not too bad. I want to try to do some tests, see if I can override the safety system, see how safe this charger is. So let's plug it in and see what this thing looks like. Alright, it's plugged in. Oh, there goes some lights. Alright. They say these travel up and down, saying it's ready. None of these stuff will light up until we're ready for it. Okay, I'm going to hit the switch over. Green light comes on here. That means only this side will operate. It shuts this other side off. That means you can go to up to 5 to 8 amps. It takes a little bit for it to change over. See what it does. It says to go into manual mode, since I don't have one of these fancy batteries, you have to hold this button down at the same time. Alright, that's a safety procedure. Nothing will happen until you hook a battery up to it. Alright, let's check, this is a nickel metal hydride battery. It does not have anything for LiPos. So let's see what happens when we plug this thing in here. See what it does, anything. Oh, the lights are changing. This means it's ready. See this one here just going? This one here is searching now. But it doesn't know what type of battery because it's not plugged into the balance ports. And it doesn't have little ends, so it should automatically... I'm going to hit start, see if it does anything. It's not doing anything. Okay, let's go to set the battery mode. Alright. It's cycling between LiPo and nickel metal hydride. If I hit start, let's see what happens. It's not going to do anything. Okay. Nothing. Okay, let's check battery. I'm going to put it into LiPo mode. I'm going to put it out of balance mode since it'll bypass these. Let's see what happens to go to fast mode. It should just go direct line. Let's see if it'll charge it. Oh, nope. It kicked it out. Okay. Okay, you had to reset it. You have to. There we go. Oh, okay. Won't do anything. Okay, we have to go in here. Alright, look at that safety procedure. Once the battery messes up, you're going to have to unplug it. See the lights go, both sides go now. Plug it back in. Okay, it's going into cycle mode, it's ready to go. Okay, so it won't charge unless we figure out what type of battery. Okay, we're going to go to nickel metal hydride battery now. It shuts all these lights out. Let's see if it charges it. I don't know how to set this here. If we can set the amps. Oh, we can. That's how you do that. You hit this button here, select the range. So this is like a, I don't know what size battery, it's 1200. So you should only go at like 1000 amps then if it's 1200. Or 1 amp, I mean. Let's go to 1 amp, hit start. Okay, it's charging. Nothing happens if you, can we change this charge rate? Nothing. Okay. I know this should shut it off. Okay, I shut it off. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm going to hit this over here, see what it does if I hit the switch over. It shuts it off. Alright, that's a pretty good safety feature here. Go back over here. Okay, it's cycling because I killed this circuit. I didn't have to unplug it. Let's go into manual mode. The nickel metal hydride battery. Let's go up to 4 amps and see what it does. Okay, it must start out at 1 amp and climb its way up. Unless it automatically determined what size battery. It might automatically determine this is the only size battery it can take. So let it charge for a second. Let me see if we can get a bigger battery. Ooh, here we go. Let's see what she does now. I got this big old Traxxas Summit battery. Alright, we'll shut it off. Oh, let's see what happens if I just pull this out. What it does. Yeah, nothing. I should have checked that when I was charging. Alright, let's plug this big battery in. Alright. Say cycling. So we need to do this. Go nickel metal hydride. Start. Nothing. Alright, let's pull this thing out. Let's go to the, so we can go up to 8 amps. Let's go over to the other side too here. We're going to manually shut this switch off. Go over to here. So now we can go up to 8 amps. Let's see what happens. We're going to set mode. Go to here. Okay, let's see if we can bring the... It won't let me change it to amps. Why won't it let me change amps? Start at 5 amps. Can I go up any higher? No. It must automatically choose over 5 amps. Won't let me go over. It must automatically go into mode. That won't let me. Alright, let's go back over here. Okay, it says the battery's connected. Can we choose? Alright. Now how do we... Alright, see, we can bring up the amps now. 4 amps. Can we go any higher? Nope, starts to go back out at the bottom, alright? So it starts at 1 amp. I'm going to have to read the directions, but what I understand, it's supposed to climb amps when the battery's charging. So it must start out 1 amp and work its way up. Ooh, there we go. Okay, because I set it at 4, so it's going to start here and slowly climb itself up, I guess, determine what the battery needs. That's what they're saying anyhow in the book. I'll have to read over it. I'll read over after I finish up with this video here. So I set it for 4 amps. It's choosing only 1 amp. This battery might be almost charged. So what happens if I unplug it? Doesn't sound alarm off or anything. Goes right into the mode. Interesting. Determine there's a battery connected. Sorry, I got it at the angle. I didn't have the camera straight here. Let's see if we can straighten this out a little bit. Alright. Nickel metal hydrate. I want this thing up, let's go to 3 amps so we can get it to do anything. Okay, it's set at 3 amps. It starts at 1 amp. Huh, they said it's supposed to automatically determine what type of battery, so I would imagine when the battery starts getting hot here, and it starts knowing what's going on, it will probably change the amp while it's climbing. Alright. Doesn't make a beep. It doesn't say if the battery connection is broken. That's kind of weird. Alright, we tried that. Let's try a LiPo battery. Plug that sucker on there. Okay, we're plugged in. I'm not going to plug this in here because we're doing this for safety purposes. Okay, identified the battery. We'll charge it. No. Okay. Alright. Let's see what happens if we leave it in nickel metal hydrate mode. We're going to go, say, 3 amps. Let's hit charge. See if it identifies it's a LiPo or not. It does not. It will charge this battery without the end in here. It'll charge you as a nickel metal hydrate, so this battery could explode and burn down your house. That's not good. If you had that ID battery in here, it would automatically determine it without having that end, because this is reverse compatible. Alright, plug it back in. Let's plug this end in here. Ooh, let's try some other tests here. Alright, go down, down. Okay, we know it'll charge a nickel metal hydrate. Let's put it in LiPo mode. Let's go to fast charge. We'll do one. We'll start at storage, see what charges it. It won't charge it. Okay, clear the system. Let's go to balance charge, see if it'll charge it. It won't. Okay, fast mode should bypass this little lead. Let's see if it charges it. Okay, clear the system. Go to fast mode. Let's see if it'll charge. Let's see if we can change the amps. Okay, same thing. Like nickel metal hydrate battery. Hit this button here. I'll change it. Let's see if it charges it. Shows an error. It's not what you call charging it. Alright, let's go plug this thing in here. Let's see what happens now. I'm going to try different things with this thing so we know what's going on. See how safe this charger is. Alright, here we go again. Nickel metal hydrate, fast charge. Let's start at storage. We'll have at 2 amps. That's what happens. It will charge it. Okay, can we change this? Nope, I can't change anything here. Can we change? Oh, wait a minute. What happened to all these lights? Oh, that's balancing. It's telling what's going on. Because it's going into storage mode. So that means all these leads here, so all the lights are probably showing up. It's back feeding the power through. So now it's taking power out of this battery and bringing it down. Okay. Okay, that's in storage. So this thing will store batteries. Can I change the charge rate? No, it's not going to let me do anything. Okay, hit stop. Okay, are we stopped? Apparently not. There, stop. It makes a big green light. Okay, let's go to balance charge. It's 2 amps, 3 amps, 4 amps. Okay, what happened if we go over here? What will it let me do? Okay. Oh, can we hit start? Nope. So we gotta go in here. LiPo mode, balance. And can we change? Ooh, we can go up to 8 amps now. With the balance plug in, it'll identify a LiPo batteries let us charge up to 8 amps. Nickel metal hydrate, it won't. Okay, that's good to know. Fast charge. Let's not take it up to 8 amps. Put it there. Okay, we're going to switch over back to, I don't want to charge it that high. Alright. Okay. Balance charge. That's where I always charge all my batteries. It doesn't destroy them. You charge it that way. 1 amp. Okay, it's charging. The light's flashing. Okay, let's see what happens if I unplug this. Will it do anything? Okay, so the code that it broke connection. Okay. I'm going to try something else here. Let's go to manual mode. Go to... Oh, why won't it let me change? Identifies this thing plugged in. Let's see if I unplug it, if it'll let me change it. Okay, we're going to have to unplug this thing. Refresh it. Okay, it's refreshing. Plug that back in. I want to try something here. Okay, I'm going to try, see what happens if we put this thing into. So you can't fool around with this thing. With this plugged in, it won't let you go to nickel metal hydrate battery mode. So if we unplug it, okay, unplug this, refresh the system. Okay, determines it's the nickel metal. Okay, we can choose now. NiCad mode. Let's see what happens once we plug this in, if it'll automatically change. Automatically changes. That's cool. So that gives a good fail-safe. Alright. So I like balance charge. I don't want to charge in fast mode, but we'll try 2 more tests here. I don't know why I was holding that button down. You don't need to. Okay, it's in fast mode. If I unplug this thing, what will it do? Kills it. Okay, let's try balance mode. Sometimes chargers charge off of this for balance mode. Okay, balance mode. Hit start. Okay, it started. It's in balance. So what happens if I unplug it? Kills it. Okay. Let's try storage mode. I don't know if I unplugged in storage mode, but we're going to try it anyhow. Okay, char and storage. Storage usually pulls from here. Once, let's see what happens once it goes to here. Now it's balancing out of here. Let's unplug this. Kills it. Oh, that's pretty good safety quality there. There's not much more I can do with it. So as long as you got any type of LiPo, Traxxas in, and you have to plug it in here, this thing is very safe for children. But if you have this unplugged, it can't identify this as a nickel metal hydrate or a LiPo, so you can cause a fire, which is a lot harder with this Traxxas charger than any other charger. I got this from my nephew, so it's going to be a lot harder for them to have an issue because it's a lot easier to program. You don't have menus, all you got is LiPo or nickel metal hydrate. And if they're charging any LiPo, so it has this lead, so they just have to plug it in and automatically knows it's LiPo and will not charge it in nickel metal hydrate battery mode. So that's one good fail safe this charger has. So these little caps, they just come right off. So these will probably lose. People I see on YouTube and they're fighting with these caps pulling off. They just barely set in there. But yeah, I guess they'll stay in there, but they're just barely in there. So that's probably the first thing you're going to lose is these little caps. So you might want to just take them off. I don't know. Put a little string on them maybe. Stick them to the side. They just fall off. Alright, let's try. Pull this battery out. Put this over here. So it can only charge up to 8 amps only on one side when that green light comes on. So we want to try both of these batteries. Let's put this in here. I want to put this plug in here. These pull in and out with ease, so you don't even, it's very easy. So they really did real good ends in here. You don't have to fight with this charger. Plug it in. Boom. Alright. Since it doesn't have those little pegs, if it has the little pegs, it's supposed to automatically identify it. So we're going to have to hold this button down, hold this. Automatic identifies as a LiPo. So we're going to put this to 4 amps. I want this battery at storage, because this really needs to be stored a little bit. Okay, 4 amps on that one. Let's go over to this battery. Nothing happens unless you hold that down. Hold this. Automatically identifies it's a LiPo. 4 amps. Storage. Check it out. It's putting 2 amps in this battery. Identified this is a bigger battery. And I already brought the amps up for this battery. And this battery is a 2200 milliamp battery. Look at that, put it automatically at 2 amps. This is already going to storage mode. That means it's already balancing the battery out. That's cool. Let me try see if I got any bigger batteries or smaller batteries, and let's see if we can get this thing automatically identify the battery. I'm gonna try this 1800. This is a 1600, so this battery's down. This bigger one's down already. Let's see here. Let's just unplug it and kill the poor thing. Alright, take that out of there. 1800. Let's see if it does anything for different charging. It's a 3-cell battery. So let's see what it does. Down, down. Identifies it's a LiPo. I'll put it in storage mode. One amp. Can't change the amps once it's charging, so 1 amp will go. Okay, let's kill it. Safety. Oops, in LiPo mode. Let's see if we can bring up the amps. See what happens if we put it at 4 amps. And we're gonna hit storage. Still 1 amp. Okay, shut it off. Let's change this to balance charge. Got it at 4 amps. Let's see what happens. Still charges at 1 amp. What I'm thinking is, they said it's supposed to automatically know how big these batteries are, so this battery's not over 2,000 milliamps. So it's going to only put at 1 amp. Look at this battery, it's up to 3 amps. So it's identifying what's going on inside these batteries and adjusting the amps to what the battery requires. And that's what they said it's supposed to do, automatically find what the batteries are doing. So this is a balanced charge, 1 amp. Okay, let's shut this off. Let's see what this battery has inside of it. Put my little tester here. Oh wow, that's low. This battery needs to definitely be charged. Okay, how do I get this thing to amp up? Will it manually amp it up? Alright, I never charge in fast mode because it bypasses the balancing of the batteries, and it'll shut off as soon as one cell hits the highest voltage. And the rest of them could be dead, one could be damaged. Balance mode is just takes longer, but so much more safer. So it's at 4 amps, it won't charge it any over 4 amps. So I have to go to fast charge, see if it charges. Starts at 1 amp. Interesting. That's what it's set to, 4 amps, it starts at 1 amp. It must have to identify how the batteries are behaving and what they need to be at. Because this is 2,000 milliamp battery, this one here, and it's up to 3 amps now in storage mode. So this charger is figuring out what the batteries require. So if we let this sit for a little bit, this battery, I don't want it on, I want to get it off fast mode. I don't like charge anything in fast mode. So let's go to storage, just like this battery is. LiPo mode, get at 4 amps. Oh, it went to 2 amps. Alright, so it's identifying what these batteries... Oh, I'm going to get one of these chargers. It's up to 3 amps, because remember this battery's so low. It's at 3.6 per cell. So it's in storage mode, so it's forcing this battery to go up to what it needs in amps. And I set the limit to 4 amps. Let's see if we can bring the limit down. Some of these chargers will let you do it. Nope, it won't let me change it. Okay, it says it's taking 3 amps, so let's do this. Change the amps. I want it only at 2 amps, and let's see what happens. It's going to see if it goes back up to 3 amps, or it's just going to go to 2 amps in a few seconds here, when it identifies what the battery's doing. Went to 2 amps. It will not go over 2 amps. Okay, let's do a quick change of battery voltage here. We'll go to 3 amps and see if it climbs. That way there we can identify that's what the charger is doing. It's figuring how many amps the battery needs. It's 2 amps. Give it a few seconds more. 3 amps. Wow, this charger actually is figuring out what these batteries require, even in storage mode, and is adjusting to what the batteries require for charging. How about that? Alright, let's go see if we can kill this battery by hitting the switch over. I'll wipe both sides out. So reset it. Now we're up over here. Let's go down, down. LiPo. Balance. I want a storage. Got it storage. We're in a 5 to 6 to 7 amps. Let's bring this up to 8 amps. We're at 8 amps. Let's see what the charger does in storage mode if it will take this battery up to 8 amps. So it started at 5 amps or lower. Ooh, look at that. We went to 6 amps, 7 amps. That's insane. That's a lot of amps. Okay, I'm gonna read the directions here. This is a safety thing. If you have lights going in different modes, it tells you what they mean. I'm gonna read the book here. I'm gonna shut the camera off for a second. I want to make sure that it's not saying 3 amps here, and then it goes to, you know, like goes to 4, and then it starts flashing this light in a different pattern, saying it's going to 8 amps. But I'm pretty sure it's at 7 amps right now, trying to store this battery. Okay, I read the directions. Once you switch the switch over, it will only do 5, 6, 7, 8 amps. So when I had it over here, it went up to 7 amps. So you have to put it over here to stay in the lower amps, to 4 amps, 1 to 4 amp mode. When you go over to here, it shuts the other side off, and it only does 5, 6, 7, 8 amps. So when you're setting the selection here, I'm right now at 5 amps, 6 amps, 7 amps, 8 amps. So it starts automatically at 5 amps. It doesn't start at 1, works its way up, then keeps going. It'll just start right at 5 amps. In the book here, it will tell you information. So if you read this all, it'll tell you what the C rates are. 2 C's is 2 times the capacity of the battery times 8. So 8 amps is 8,000. Yeah, you know, it's all there, so you just have to go through it, what your batteries are. So, almost all my batteries I try to get 20 to 30 C discharge. So I don't really have to worry about what the charge rate I'm charging them at, because I usually just charge it. So it's 1600. My big charger I use, I put it at 1.6 amps. 1.6 amps will be an hour, basic hour charge time. Now, since it's a 20 to 30 C's, I can go over that. I can put this at 2 amps and charge the battery and be done less than an hour and a half. But I prefer to charge them on balance mode, so I might put it at 2 amps, but it still is going to take a while, because that's how I have batteries that are about 5 years old or older from regular E-flite batteries, and they're still good. I still have them, because every time I'm done using them, I put in storage mode, and I balance charge them. I don't force charge them, doing fast charging. So if you be patient and charge it right, you can have batteries last you up to 4 years or 5 years if you do everything right. Alright, that's my video on this. This does have a whole bunch of warning features in here, timeouts. That's what these light codes go. So if you have different light codes right now, that's flashing because that's the amps I got it at. This turns solid green, the top one. It's flashing when it's charging, solid green when it's done. Traxxas makes this pretty heavy. In between the keys here, if you get water, it will go right to the board. It's not sealed, so you can't really go outside with it. It has a decent sized fan in here. I like this charger. I'm more or less going to order one up just to have for easy, quick connect the batteries and just charge it. You don't have to go through all the programming, because all it has is LiPo and nickel metal hydrate. You don't have NiCad, and my other battery chargers have 5 different modes and a whole bunch of settings, fast mode, balance mode. There's like 5 settings. This is pretty simple. I would highly recommend, if you had kids and stuff, this is probably the safest charger you're going to get out there to do this stuff. Especially if you get the Traxxas batteries with the ends. You just plug them in and the charger automatically identifies it and does a whole bunch more features than what I'm doing with these batteries. I'm glad I got this for my nephews. I don't have to worry about them burning down the house with the big charger. I got them a single port big charger, but it is complicated because it has a lot of features in it, because I don't scrimp on chargers. So I got him a real good high-end single port charger. But I got him this because I worry about them having a fire in the house, because the kids do charge the batteries, and this will be a lot safer. I mean, I fooled with it. You've seen all through the video how I was messing with ends, doing different types of testing. So in his Summit, Traxxas Summit, he runs LiPo batteries in it. We put the speed control in LiPo mode, and he runs LiPos in his Summit, and the kids charge it. Now I know they can plug it in here, plug in both of his batteries for the Summit, and it automatically goes to LiPo mode. See, LiPo mode. And all his kids have to do is goes right to balance mode. So all they're going to do is, this is 5,000 milliamps. So since you can only charge at 4, it's going to take over an hour to charge with batteries. I would say an hour and a quarter. So he's gonna have to. Kids will just have to push the button 4 times, hit the button to start, and it'll automatically go into charge. And they just wait until the light turns. It has dual beeps for side 2 and single beep. Oh, I gotta go into this mode. See? Right? It automatically chose it, so his kids will be my nephews will be a lot safer just charging the battery. So I'll just go like that. There it is. It's supposed to be a single beep for this side, dual beeps for this side when the battery's done. That's what the book says anyhow, side 2 and side 1. So one's supposed to only have 1 beep, side 2 is supposed to have 2 beeps. I'm trying to see if I can get this thing to do. Okay, that's it. Let's see what this one does. Exact same thing. So the beeps must be one of the chargers done. It's going to do 2 beeps for this side, 1 beep for this side.